So in this passage from the Epistle to James, it speaks of the trouble our mouths can get us into and how true this lesson is. And I think, for those of us who want to appropriate this lesson, it's also the mouths we make when our fingers hit the keyboard on our social media. And is, in a sense, frankly, we need to be aware that, that what we post and what we say is being seen. And if then we post something about our membership in the church or about our faith, what people do is they put those two things together to say, okay, well, how do these two things connect? And often it's difficult to make the connection, or we kind of, we post about church or Jesus or faith or spiritual topics with one side of our mouth, and we post about politics on the other side. That seems to be what gets most people in trouble. Anyway, and this word from the Epistle James is something we need to take to heart. It says, the mouth that bless should not curse, right? It says if we bless God the Father, but then we curse our fellow human beings, we need to live with an integrity that salt water cannot yield fresh water. There's no way to get it out of the brackish water, a fresh spring. So, it's just a reminder that especially as, anxieties are high and tensions are inflamed. And, frankly, I've seen people it's like an alter ego online. I mean, the sweetest people who would, in person, they're lovely people, are just absolute knuckleheads online. They're horrible. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh. So let us not both curse and bless out of the same mouth, or the mouth that there are fingers that become our mouth at a keyboard. Rather, let us always be those who bless. Let us be those who bless. Let us not take into our hands that which we would not want God to do to us. We don't want God to say something like that about us, do we? Or a human being. So let us always be those who speak with a voice of love. It's hard. It takes discipline. And we need to work at it. Me too. Like, we can do it together. Let's hold each other accountable. All right. A reading from the Epistle of James. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers and sisters, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For all of us make many mistakes. Anyone who makes no mistakes in speaking is perfect, able to keep the whole body in check with a bridle. If we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we guide their whole bodies. Or look at ships. Though they are so large that it takes strong winds to drive them, yet they are guided by a very small rudder wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great exploits. How great a forest is set ablaze by a small fire, and the tongue is a fire. The tongue is placed among our members as a world of iniquity. It stains the whole body, sets on fire the cycle of nature, and is itself set on fire by hell. For every species of beast and bird, of reptile and sea creature, can be tamed and has been tamed by the human species, but no one can tame the tongue, a restless evil full of deadly poison. With it we bless the Lord and Father, and with it we curse those who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come blessing and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this ought not to be so. Does a spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh and brackish water? Can a fig tree, my brothers and sisters, yield olives, or a grapevine figs? No more can salt water yield fresh